Hey there, this is Krisha Young here, and I wanted to talk to you quickly today about switching over your neuropathways in your brain to go from feeling and sensing a lot of, fear or stress or negativity in your body into switching over into something that is more peaceful and more calm and more centered and eventually more joyful and happier. So, there's no shortage of books or programs or anything out there available for us to teach us how to be happier, right? This is a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason, because at the core, every human really truly just wants to feel peaceful and happier and calmer. Every human. It is why we are constantly seeking. It is why we have so many beautiful modalities out there, like yoga and some of the like Tai Chi and meditation and all of that kind of stuff, because we're all seeking to become one with ourselves and to feel that peace, that inner peace, and feel that sense of belonging, that sense of worth, that sense of knowing who we are. And we really don't want to continuously sabotage ourselves over and over and over again, right? And we really at the core don't want to live and feel like fearful and angry and sad and bitter and resentful and all of that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. I just want to make that clear. I'm just saying that the majority of humans prefer not to feel that way. And so what this does is it creates a lot of hiding and running away from those feelings, stuffing them down, and then it becomes our shadow. So that's a whole other video. And the deeper work that I do with my clients is getting into the sabotages and the shadow work and all that kind of stuff that's been like pushed down and suppressed. And for right now, though, what this video is here to show you is that you can do some simple things in order to switch your vibration, to switch your way of thinking, in order to get from that feeling and that sensation of feeling, where you're beating yourself up and you're just not feeling good about yourself, into something that is feeling more peaceful and more calm and more joyful. However, I would really, really recommend you doing the deeper work of looking at what is causing you to feel sad and angry and all the rest of it, because otherwise it's just never going to go away. In terms of it needs to be brought to the light in order to be seen and to be healed, in order for you to be able to feel that joy and that inner peace more often than not, right? So the ultimate, where we're constantly in a bliss state, blah, blah, it just doesn't really exist. There are both sides. It's just what side are you wanting to spend the majority of your time on? And years ago, I decided that I didn't want to live my life in that constant state of stress, anxiety, overthinking, overwhelm, self-hate, self-loathing, self-doubt. I didn't want to live in that anymore. I wanted to feel more peaceful. I really, truly did, like all humans. And so I went on a journey to start to actually implement that into my life for real. Not just something I read in a book and was like, okay, yeah, nice for some, not for me. I really made it a devotion for myself to feel joy, to feel happy, to feel peaceful, to feel calmer, the majority of the time, no matter what is going on around me. It doesn't mean I don't have fear and doubt and all the other thinking. I absolutely do. It just means that I don't live there anymore, right? I think you understand what I mean when I say you live there. Like, it was my waking thought, my next thought, and then I would just spiral down, and then at the end of the day, I would feel like shit. And now I might wake up in the morning, I'll have those thoughts, And then I'll go into my practices and into my exercises in order to be able to do some inquiry. Where is this thought coming from? What is it? What needs to be examined here? And then go into, okay, now I'm going to shift my energy and shift my vibration to one of feeling more peaceful and more calm inside, so that I can problem solve whatever this thing is that's coming up. So what happens is when we are in that fear, that worry, that overthinking, all of that, that's coming from our primal brain. That's coming from our fight or flight brain. And that part of our brain is literally just here to get us out of trouble. It is that immediate, like, cars coming our way, saber-toothed tigers coming our way. What do? We fight, we flee, or we freeze, right? When we have that part of our brain running 24/7 because of old patterns, conditions, shadows, sabotages, all that kind of stuff, we can't get into creative problem-solving mode. We just can't. We're in reactivity constantly. And so we think we're coming up with these really clever solutions, but we're not. We're actually just reacting, and we're potentially creating more problems for ourselves down the road, right? I call it like, what are you tossing out in a boomerang into your future when you are constantly creating solutions from that place, right? And so the key is to bring your nervous system down, get out of the fight or flight system, acknowledge it that it's there. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of fear right now. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety right now. I don't know what to do about this particular problem. This thing is occurring in my life and I'm not sure how to handle it. Or, God, I wish I could have faith in myself and trust myself. And, I'm so sick and tired of doubting myself all the time. I'm so tired of sabotaging myself. Whatever it is that's coming up for you, let it be there. Just don't make decisions from that place, and don't run your day from that place. So then what you want to do is you want to switch over into your more creative brain. You want to switch over to your prefrontal cortex. You want to switch over to the side of your brain that allows for peace and calm and creativity. And the idea to support you might, like the awareness, the aha, the idea, the solution might show up in that moment, or it might show up at lunchtime. If you're doing this in the morning, it might show up at lunchtime where you're like, okay, I see a better way for me to handle this situation now that I'm calmer and I'm in a state of peace and I'm in a state of grace and I'm in a state of receiving. So this energy is also the energy of receiving. And we want to receive. We want to receive more, right? More great things in our lives. And so we want to make that switch. So one of the easiest ways to start to make that shift is called present awareness. And okay, whatever, Krisha, what does that mean? Present awareness is basically just becoming super present to what is around you. So there's many, many, many ways to do this. And what you can do right now is just move your body to a place of feeling comfortable, sitting down, standing up, whatever, it doesn't matter. And just close your eyes and take a breath. As deep a breath as you possibly can. And then just let it out. You can do something like that. Right? Lion's breath, or you stick your tongue out, whatever. Do another one. Do this as many times as you want. You'll know when you're ready. And then just listen to what is around you. So I'm outside right now, and I can hear some birds. I don't know if you can hear those, if the microphone's picking that up. I can hear the traffic from the QEW, which is a highway here in Toronto. That's about all I can hear. I can feel the cold air on my skin. What do you feel? What do you feel on your skin right now? cold, hot, breeze, nothing. You can open your eyes if you want and look around and see what you see. Just be really cognizant of the judge. If you are at your house and it's messy at AF, like mine, oh well. It's a lived-in home. Just look at it like a scientist. Just like, oh, there's a sink full of dishes. Or, oh, there's the sofa that I love to curl up and watch Grace and Frankie on. For me right now, it's like, oh, a bird just landed in front of me. I see rocks. I see empty beer cans. I see plants. So what this is doing is bringing you into presence. And right now, my nervous system is really calm. It was feeling heightened a minute ago because I was speaking to you and I was getting information from my brain and from my inner knowing and delivering it to you. So my energy was being dispersed in a different kind of way. And now that I've just done this exercise with you, I feel calmer. I feel more present. And I was thinking of nothing else except what is around me. That's presence. That is present awareness. That is mindfulness. And when you get into that space, I want you to sort of like take a snapshot. My coach and mentor would say, Command S or whatever, like to save it, right? Which I love. And so save that. What is that sensation? And it's okay if you are still also running the tape and running the loop and feeling the stress and anxiety at the same time. It's probably because you haven't dealt with that thing. So it's okay that that is there. Both of these things can exist at the same time. This is the yin and yang. It just means you're not going to solve the problem from that place. You're only going to be able to solve the problem from the place of peace. And so getting into your body, getting into presence, getting into just being here right now in this moment and saving that sensation in your body so that you remember what that feels like. And then you can take this practice and move it into all sorts of areas in your life. Doing the dishes, having a shower, while having sex. That would be amazing, right? While you're in an argument with somebody. That is like some next level stuff. If you're feeling super, super, super challenged by someone or by something, if you can get into presence and really just be right there, feeling all the sensations of why you're being triggered and that you want to be right and that you want to make a point and all the rest of it, that is some beautiful, beautiful evolution. That is beautiful ascension into knowing and recognizing what your saboteurs are, what your triggers are, what your judge is saying, what your ego is needing, what your inner child is desperately calling out for. So this present awareness is a tool that will change your life. And it really helped me to move that neuropath. I don't know why. I just like look at it as like it was over here and now it's over here. You'll notice in a lot of my videos, I'm like over here and over here. I don't know why. That's just my process of, the living in that space versus living in this space. And when you can get to a state of present awareness more often than not, and you remind yourself and you build this habit, this is a habit that you build. So this is another daily ritual that you can do and incorporate into your life in order to be able to switch those neuropathways. This work is possible. Probably the reason why you haven't been able to stick to it is because you're not doing the inner shadow work, you're not looking at your saboteurs, you're not working with somebody who can help you bust through that, and you're not consistent with these practices. Okay? You're not consistent with these practices, and that's not a judgment. This is just a reminder for you that you are worthy of this. They do work. They're just slower than taking a pill. It's slower than the quick fixes that we're addicted to. However, the change is deeper, longer lasting, and exactly what it is that you are looking for, which is that inner peace, that calm, that self-love, that state of joy and gratitude more often than not. And the ability to be able to self-inquiry and know, oh, here's a sabotage. Okay, I know what this is. I know how to calm this down so it doesn't take me out and make me throw a shitty boomerang into my future and blow up my life in 6 months from now. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Please share your experience of this, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much. I love you all.